What is going on, guys? So this is probably going to be a quick uncut video, but I just wanted to get on here and share with you guys just kind of what's been on my heart for the past day. I had a friend whose friend committed suicide, and he had really tried to be there for her and help her, and it just wasn't enough. And here's the thing, when I say that it wasn't enough, what he did was plenty. What he did was all within his reach, was all that he could possibly do. What I'm saying, it wasn't enough for her at that point. She had already made up her mind, you know, which does not mean that we are inadequate. It just means that it was just meant to be. And as sad and hard as that is to stomach or digest, the truth of the matter is we can't save the world. I know that a lot of us feel like we need to, and especially for me, like I want to be there for every single person that I possibly can, and it's really hard to, especially when you have a full-time life, you know. It's hard to be there for each and every person that comes along in your path, but you try to be the best person that you can be. You try to love with the love of Christ. You try to forgive with the forgiveness of God, you know. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes in life it just gets to a point where somebody feels so alone that they just, there's no turning back for them. I am very grateful to say that suicide has made an appearance in my life, as far as my mom tried to commit suicide last year, and thank God was unsuccessful. And even though she didn't, it touched our lives forever. You know, it will always be this bond that we can share with others, to say, you know, I've been there, I know what it's like for a family member to try to commit suicide, or to feel that alone. I think that's the thing that gets me the most, is that somebody feels that alone. Somebody feels that down and out. Somebody feels that undeserving. And the truth of the matter is you're so loved, you're so important, you're so special. I try to say that every single video, and I try to say that because you are to me, and if to nobody else in this world, even if you weren't to me, you are to God. You know, you are something special to Him. You are His child. He took time to make you and create the world around you. And to be honest with you, you know, if He took time out to make you, just like He took time out to make a beautiful waterfall, or to make beautiful landscape, or to make the queen, you know, I mean, if He took time to make us, and we are special and we are important. We may not understand it, but we are. I was wondering why I felt weird to have my glasses on. So real quick, I'm not going to do a lot of reading. I do want to get this up real quick, so I want you guys to have this. I just want each of you to know that you are so very important. You're so very special. You always have a place in my heart, in my family, in my home. You know, you always have a place. And if you get a chance, go check out either Jose Puerto Rican or Scott Man. Scott Man just started his channel actually today, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But he talks about God, and he talks about the Bible, and he goes in and he does a few references in the Bible as far as loving each other, you know, just being there for each other. And the one special thing that I love about this family right here is that we tend to love each other even more than what seems our own families do. I know that for me, a billion times I've been like, how do these people that are complete strangers love me more, or care for me more than somebody that should, you know? And it's amazing how God uses each of us to effect other people's lives, to how He uses each of us to be there for each of us in those times of need. It's just amazing how He uses each other for God's love, or how He uses each other bleh, cut that out, how He uses each of us to how He uses each of us to be there for each other, to impact each other's lives, to love each other, to be that shoulder to cry on, to be that ear to listen to be that heart, to just let me pile my problems on you for a second, hold me for a second, and then I got you back, and you don't have to just straight up come on ask somebody that, but the point of the matter is we should be that way for everybody. I know sometimes for me it's hard to know who to be there for, simply because, like, on social media there's so many people that are fake. They're not even real people. They come in and they try to pretend like they're interested in your life, or interested in you, or whatever, and so it's hard to differentiate the real and from just from the fake. But the truth of the matter is, I know that God will penetrate through to me those that are real, those situations that are real, those people that really, really need me, or that really need Him. I just want each of you to know that you have a special place in my heart, in my home, in my heart. And just in my heart, you people have a special place in my heart. There are so many of you that make me feel like a person every single day. That makes me feel good every single day. Like, I can't. There are times when I get up and I go throughout the day, I'm like, oh man, I haven't checked my comments. Can't wait to hurry up and go and just see the love that you guys spread. It doesn't have to even be to me. It can just be to each other. And I just love it. I love the love that we can show each other. You don't even have to believe in God to love somebody, to be there for somebody, to be a good person, to be a listener, to be a leader. Lead by example. That's self-help. Work on yourself. If there's a part of you that you're not too crazy about, that you see come out into the world, be able to identify that and work on that. And that took a very long time for me. Like, self-help took a very long time for me. It took a very long time for me to say, oh, why do I act this way? Why am I acting out like this? Why am I feeling this way? And then why am I reacting this way? What can I do better? What can I do different? How can I fix this situation? I know these past few days have just been exhausting, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I'm fixing to do a video here in the next week or so. I'm not going to put a time limit on it, just because I don't want to say that I'm going to do it and then not. But I've had some things come up in my video, that in one of my videos here recently, and it's somebody saying my name. And I won't point that out. If you find it or you know where it's at, cool. If not, then it is what it is. But it's like the second that I thought that I wanted to get away from the paranormal scene, because it just doesn't coincide with what I'm trying to do in my ministry, or what I'm trying to do with kids ministry. And so just when I think that I get away from it, something pops up in one of my videos, and it's very, very out of the blue, and it just sent me on an emotional spiral. Like, I lost it. It wasn't fear. It was not fear. It's anxiety. It's just this anxiety of, okay, it wasn't even at my house, first off. Secondly, okay, what does that mean for me? Does that mean that I have opened some door that I can't close? That there's something beyond what I'm called to do? It's really hard. It is very, very hard. Even still, being a confident person in what I know that I want, what I know that God wants me to do, it does not. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. It is not. Just when you think you have it all figured out. And I think that life will always be like that. I think that the world and the way that we have made it is just, there's never going to be a time when we feel like, oh, hey, I'm at peace. I'm completely just laid back. Sometimes I have to hide from the world just to get that feeling, or just to get that quietness. And still, even then, to be honest with you, my brain is the worst place for me to be. I am my own worst enemy. I know all the things that can hurt me way worse than you could ever hurt me, ever. And so, I just want each of you to know how wonderful you are. Even if you are the most boring person on the face of this planet, you are amazing and special and important, and you're loved and you're unique. And just never doubt yourself. And if you feel that alone, just know that you always have somebody there to, oh, I lost my place. Dang, there it is. You always have somebody there to help love and guide you. It does not mean that I have the right answer, but it does mean that I can go and help find the answer. Okay, so this jumped out at me, and this is prayers for women, or prayers with purpose for women, and I just love this book. And this goes for men and women. When it comes to God's word, there's no, yeah, it can definitely go for any of us. So one of the ones that jumped out at me real quick, I'm going to read both of these to you, and then I'm going to get this video out. I'm sorry that it's not something grand and sitting here in bed. It is what it is. So I just wanted to get a video out and just to tell each of you how amazing you are. So, okay. This one is renewing your mind. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Romans 12:2. Lord, sometimes I feel like my emotions need a makeover. Renovate me. Transform me so I can be balanced and healthy in my emotions. I ask for your power to change. I do not want to be the way I used to be. I want to be wise and enjoy sound thinking. I want to make good decisions in how I express myself in my words and actions. Help me to know your will and have a mind that's renewed. And see, I didn't even read that before we started, but I read the top of it and I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds like something I need to read, especially after my emotional week. But you see that even in that and in them praying, they're asking for God's help to change. In other words, it's going to take footwork on our parts. You know, life isn't just going to, you just laying in bed and you do nothing to change it and then it just changes. I mean, it may change, but I don't know if it's going to be for the better. But we really need to get out there and work for what it is that we want to change, what it is that we want to do, what it is that we want to make better. I know there's some days that I can't get out of bed. These past couple days I've been in bed for 2 days, and it's just because I overstressed my back. I've got a herniated disc, and I've really messed with it pretty good. And then just the emotional side of being back at the studio, and it's just so much. But I know that if I don't put in the footwork to change my surroundings, or change how I look at things, or change how I react to things, I might not be able to change my surroundings, just like you might not be able to change your surroundings, but you can change how you react. You can change your part in that, you know, how you look at things, how you react to things. It's not always easy to do self-help or to try and it's not always easy to be the difference. It's not always different. It's not always easy to change. It's not always easy to find in yourself the things that are wrong. It's hard to admit when you're wrong. It's hard to admit when you're not doing right or not feeling right or you're crazy. You know, I mean, I have to say that to myself sometimes. I'm not even kidding. Like, sometimes, like, girl, there's no way that this is a valid feeling. And most of the time, if I'm feeling some sort of way and it doesn't feel very valid, or maybe it even feels valid, but I need to go bounce it off of somebody. And that's why I talk a lot about my emotions and how I feel and where I'm at in life. Because, honestly, a lot of that's not just talking to you guys or talking to this one or that one. Honestly, that's just speaking those words out so I can take them and then really look at them and be, oh, okay, yeah, okay. You know, God, please help me with this. God, please take that from me. God, you know, let's build upon that. Sometimes it's really, really hard to admit when you're wrong. But the best feeling is when you admit when you're wrong and then you change it. And then you see that difference. And then you see that, you're like, woo, you know, I did that with the help of God. You know, you always stay humble. Anyway, love each other. And this is another thing. Please love each other. Please be there for each other. Please be the difference. Please be somebody who is there for anybody. It doesn't matter who they are. If they're your enemy, you open your door to them. And I don't mean literally like open your door to them, but, you know, don't think that each person that I'm not saying let a crazed, you know, rapist or something into your house if you know it's somebody that's not safe to you to be around. What I'm saying is if there's somebody in your life that has wronged you, but you know there's good in this person, you know what that person is capable of on a good note, don't be the first to shun them away. Be the first to forgive them. You know, Jesus walked the face of this earth, and when he did, he forgave so many. He forgave Judas, who sold him out. You know, he forgave for all of us. I don't deserve to be forgiven on a lot of things that I've done. There's a lot of things that I've done that I probably deserve punishment for that I probably didn't deserve to be forgiven. But he chose to forgive me anyway, because that was what he was here for. That was his purpose, to leave his throne, to come down here, to show that there was a God, to show that there was love, to show that you know, that we have the chance to be forgiven. But he also shows that you have to put in that footwork. Even he had to put in that footwork. The Son of God had to put in that footwork. And he fought. He fought all the time to not be charmed by the sins of this world. And he even suffered in that, you know. He did not falter. He did not. But he contemplated it, you know. He allowed those thoughts to come through his head, you know. They might not have been a full-out thought process, but he allowed those thoughts. Anyway, okay, I feel like an idiot. I don't even sound like I know what I'm talking about. Okay, love each other. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. 1 Peter 4:8. Lord, you are the author of love. Teach us to love each other deeply from the heart. I thank you for the love my husband and I share. I'm not married. I thank you for the love that my friends and I share, for the joy and the closeness. When we do something wrong, help each of us to forgive and move past the offense. I pray that our love would be kind and patient, not profound or selfish, but seeking each other's good. Protect our love and keep our friendship solid as we put our hope and trust in you. Which obviously that was for husband and wife that were great for friends. Anyway, like I said, it's not some great crazy video and we're not on some big adventure, but I just wanted to reach out to you guys just to let you know that there is hope in this world. There is love. There is forgiveness. There is compassion. There's so much waiting out there for each and every one of us. Just know that I love y'all so much. Just know that I'm here for you guys. Just know that there always is another way. Don't ever feel like you've hit a brick wall and there's just no other way, because reach out to those around you. And it doesn't have to be your family at home. It can be your friends on here. You know, there's so many of us that I have friends all over the United States right now that I could probably go to every state and find somebody that I could lean on, that I could go and see and love and talk to and be there for, and then be there for me. We don't have to live in the same state. We don't have to live in the same county or neighborhood, you know. I have one of my wifey's and best friends in the whole world is all the way across the United States. But I have faith, and I know that she loves me and I love her, and we're there for each other, and it's real and it's legit, and all I have to do is text her or call her and she'd be there. Anyway, to say all that to say this, I love you guys so very much. Thank all of you for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm sorry my comments were turned off on that last video. I had no clue. If you guys ever see anything like that, please let me or Jose Puerto Rican know. Or, yeah, just let one of us know. And I say him because he does the descriptions in my videos for me sometimes. So, he can holler at me and let me know that they're cut off. So, anyway, I'm just going to get off here. Oh, I'm so not editing any of this. Do you love it? Do you love my faults? I love you guys so much. I'm going to lay back down. I'm so tired. And I will have to edit some of this because it's 19 minutes and I can't have a 19-minute video. Oh, I can. Oh, yes. but it won't be any edits at all. Or, okay, anyway, I gotta go. I love you all so much. I hope you all have a very blessed night. Please make sure that you all know that I'm here for you, just like I would be for the best of my friends. I love each and every one of you so much. Have a great night. Peace.